Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the videos useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve this problem using the concepts of dot product. So as per the problem, determine the angle to the nearest degree between each of the following pairs of vectors. So let's start with the first pair. So in order to find the angle between these pairs of vectors, we have to use the dot product equation, which is so A dot B is equal to magnitude of A times magnitude of B times cosine of angle between vectors A and B. So now we should find the magnitude of vectors A and B. So let's start with vector A. So for magnitude of vector A, we have to square the x and y components, add them, and apply the square root to the sum. So 5 square is 25 and 3 square is 9. So the magnitude of A is square root of 34. Now we can find the magnitude of vector B. So we'll use the same steps. So we'll square the x and y components, add them, and then apply the square root to the sum. So negative 1 square is 1, negative 2 square is 4, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is the magnitude of vector B. Now we can sub in the values in the dot product equation. Now we can do the dot product on the left side. So we have to multiply the x components and the y components. Now square root of 34 times square root of 5 is equal to 13.04. Now we can simplify the left side. So 5 times negative 1 is negative 5, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now on the left side, negative 5 minus 6 is equal to negative 11. Now we can divide both sides by 13.04. Now we can do the inverse of cos to isolate theta. Now we can evaluate this inverse of cos. So I got 147.5 degrees. Since we have to round the answer to the nearest degree, the final answer should be 148 degrees. So this should be the final answer for the first pair of vectors A and B. Now we can analyze the second pair. So we have to use the dot product equation. Now we can find the magnitude of vectors A and B. So we'll square the x and y components, add the squares, and apply the square root to the sum. So this is the magnitude of vector A. Now we can find the magnitude of vector B. So we'll square the x and y components, add the squares, and apply the square root to the sum. So 6 square is 36. Negative 2 square is positive 4. So 36 plus 4 is equal to 40. So this is the magnitude of vector B. Now we can sub in the values in the dot product equation. Now on the left side we can do the dot product. So we'll multiply the x component and the y component. And square root of 17 times square root of 40 is equal to 26.08. Now we can simplify the expression on the left side. So negative 1 times 6 is negative 6, and 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 6 minus 8 is equal to negative 14. Now we can divide both sides by 26.08. Now we can do the inverse of cos. Now we can evaluate this expression in the calculator. So I got 122.47 degrees. Now since we have to round the answer to the nearest degree, so the final answer should be 122 degrees. So this should be the final answer for the second pair of vectors. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.